Jason, how you doing? You well?
I'm doing awesome, man.
Yeah? You healthy? You blessed?
Bless. Can't complain.
How's training going?
Train going awesome, man. I'm talking about every single day. I'm just soaking it in, learning as much as possible, especially from the wise who had done it.
Yeah, and how you feeling leading up to the fight? Like you've got what a week to the fight or so. Like how you feeling?
I think we got about 2.5 weeks or 2 weeks.
Two and a
I'm
half
not.
weeks.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I'm like I said, I'm still getting through this awesome training camp and still just taking it one step at a time because once the time comes, then it's another flip the switch.
Definitely, I heard that. So you're fighting Neiman Gracie, aren't you? And you guys, you're 4-1 in your last five. Your last loss was from Ed Roof, who Neiman beat via a submission in the fourth round, I believe. Have you had a chance to watch that fight at all?
Yes, I did. I watched that fight and the John Fitch fight
Yeah.
because they both was wrestling. And Ed Roof, he was winning the fight, obviously, but the fact that he realized he was a strong wrestler, he started initiating his wrestling and get caught up into Neiman great game. So within time, when he get tired, just a guy, you're never gonna get tired of this. Something that you do, you just overwhelmed. Same thing with John Fitch.
Yeah. And so, like watching that, did you obviously, if you don't feel comfortable to disclose, but did you see any flaws in Neiman's game watching those fights and thinking, you could really
Yeah,
utilize that?
yeah, stuff that I capitalize on. He's very fluent with everything he does on the ground, but some of the stuff that he's not fluent with is what I'm gonna capitalize, which is wrestling.
Mm.
I'm gonna make it a fight, every single position, everywhere.
That's great.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
the fighting talk, my man. And as we know, you as a wrestler and even your scrambling game is so versatile. You're able to get out some crazy positions. So,
Yeah.
we can expect like potentially a traditional jiu-jitsu fighter up against a wrestler with some crazy games going into the mix.
Well, I just felt like the guys who he had submit from Ed Roof and John Fitz, they don't know the basic when it comes to jiu-jitsu.
Mm.
And like I said, I trained with the guy who beat Nemo, which is Rory McDonald now. And he's giving me insight in good rounds.
So you obviously you've got that knowledge from Rory as well from Neiman's loss with him. So you've got some sleeves up, some cards up your sleeve in that regards, aren't you?
Yes, he's going to be surprised.
Definitely. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a crazy fight. Obviously, Nima's got a loss, you've got a loss. You're both looking very well coming into this fight, and I think it's going to be fireworks, my man. I'm hoping to see something spectacular, as always, from yourself. As we know, we can never expect a textbook style of fighting between yourself and Neiman. So I'm really looking forward to that. Um, but moving on, I wanted to ask you about, your roots as a Jamaican man. I wanted to ask you, what's the development like in Jamaica with MMA? Because it's not something we often hear about.
Yeah, definitely. Um, After this fight, or like I said, once I win the belt this year, then like I told Bellator already that we need to go to Jamaica. So now, once I win that, capture that belt, maybe they will take me serious. And that's all I feel like it just needs, just for us to shine a little light on the MMA community down there. And the sky's the limit.
Is there like any sort of like programs or anything they have running in Jamaica, like something official, like like in we currently have the IMAF, the IMMAF sort of federation for amateur fighters. Is there anything like alongside that, or does Jamaica work with the IMF? Do you know?
I'm not sure about that. I'm really not sure. But they need better promoting down there, better promotion, better gym. You know, eventually within time, hopefully I can go shine my, you know what I'm saying, my grace down there on some of them guys and give back what I learned.
Definitely. And so, like, you know, potentially a champion in the making could go over there and give a better exposure to MMA in Jamaica.
Yeah, definitely. That's one of my main goal and purpose I've spoken about in the past, you know, try to God forbid, you know, get a huge name as Conor McGregor. Definitely would love to put a stadium down there because, you know, you just don't know what a stadium could do. More like Akon, what he have done back home.
Yeah, that would be incredible. That would definitely develop and produce some great fighters down there if they have the facilities and the exposure to it. You know, I also follow you on Instagram, and I noticed you you like to collect chickens, or you want to
I'm a
tell me
countryman.
about that?
I'm a countryman. Yeah.
Is that more for
Chicken over
farming, or
favorite.
is that for more for, like, you know, as a hobby? Or
No, I love that. In Jamaica, when I came in, I was 12. So in Jamaica, I was a countryman. That's what I do. We
okay,
don't have people that doing nothing for us. We got to plan our own food and raise our own chicken and do stuff like that. But I don't eat chicken or eggs no more because it's been a while. I've been about 4 years been vegetarian. So my family, they enjoy it, especially fresh eggs. You know, it's better. But chickens are always been my favorite thing. I love chicken. A fighter chicken, nothing beats a chicken. You know what I'm saying? Chicken, look, I even study how they fight, their technique, they feint, how they make themselves bigger, how they slip from the inside. Man, I'm a big fan of chicken. I could just sit home and just watch chicken all day. Just
I suppose that's. I wasn't expecting that as an answer, but I mean, great if you can see the fighting ability in a chicken, and obviously use that
what?
in the game plan as well. It's great, great.
Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah, correct, my man. Totally correct. And you look at some of the greats that talk about fighting and they use metaphors with animals. Who knows? You may be onto something.
Yeah,
So you're vegetarian, how, and you've been doing that for 4 years. How's that going for you?
awesome. Like I said, I don't feel weak. I feel strong, and you know, like I don't rarely have a weight cut. Eat as much as possible. And like I said, I'm never lacking of energy. I feel. I thank God I rarely get sick.
Okay. And would you put that down to your diet and sort of, you know, your training?
There's no diet once you eating right. It's a lifestyle.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And you say you're vegetarian, but you're not referring to vegan, are you?
No, not all the way vegan. I have fish.
Okay. Okay. So so are you more, so you eat fish, so you're more like pescatarian then?
Basically, that's what they call it. But you know, back at home we call it vegetarian.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. So
And if you go Aito, that's vegan.
yeah, well, my family's from Mauritius, and we consider vegetarian as someone that eats fish as well. So I understood
Yeah,
what you said, but just to clear
yeah,
things up. But
clear,
yeah,
clear. Yeah.
fair enough. So you know, we understand that there's also a ranking system coming out soon,
Mhm.
and you know, you've got the likes of Paul Daly, MVP. You got Neiman. You got yourself. You've obviously got the champion up there as well. Like, where would you like to see when they announce the ranking? Where would you like to see yourself along the list of names?
I don't really, to be honest with you, it doesn't phase me as long as I'm up there. That's all that matters. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Everybody else want to be a number. I don't care about numbers. I don't fight numbers. I'm just glad I'm in the picture. And my goal is hopefully everybody that's standing right there in the picture, I get to fight them this year.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So
Yeah.
for you, it doesn't matter. It's just whoever's next in line.
Whoever, I'm close if they put me in the picture. Can't be that far if I'm up there in the picture. It doesn't matter if I'm 5. Oh, wow. Oh, yes. Thank God I'm in the picture.
Well, coming from myself, my man, I definitely think you're in there. And hopefully, who knows, after this fight, you may be a lot higher to the top than they may announce.
Yes, yes.
So, with Neiman, with the fight coming up with Neiman, and do you have any sort of prediction or any sort of idea how you'd like that fight to go? Obviously, without exposing or disclosing too much about your game plan or what's going to happen in the fight.
Knockout or submission.
You're going for the submission.
Knockout or submission.
Knockout or submission. So you want to end the fight then?
Yeah, because everybody I touch with that right hand, what happened?
Yeah.
They go down, so why not jump on their neck?
Yeah.
It's not like I'm going back and say, yeah, let me pull guard and try to submit a Gracie. No, I'm punching your mouth, and once you fall down, you're going to see I'm on top of you. Taking your neck with me. I'm fighting. It's going to be a fight. It ain't no... Yeah, because I know you're trying to hurt me. Yeah. And I'm not going to let you hurt me. I can't let you hurt me.
Okay.
I got kids. I can't allow it.
I hear that. So,
and I feel like he have much to worry about than I do, because I'm not even giving her a throwaway because he's going to try to manipulate one of my joint and all that. But he have to lay down with the fact that I'm going to try to hit him with some bricks to the face, break his face. He gotta really come to one with that.
And saying that, like, obviously you talking about your left hand and the strength in your left hand and your striking ability.
Kick him in the face. I can do so much to him. So what are you talking about?
Where do you see Neiman's striking ability? How does that look? What does that look like to you?
It's good. It's good for me to work mine and sharpen mine up, and knowing that yes, you're gonna have somebody in front of you that go punch and try to hit you and try to kick you and do everything. So I'm not like, oh, it's a walk in the park. You understand?
Yeah.
But I just know that I have to go out there and be me and take advantage of his mistake. Same way he's going to try to capitalize on mine if I go to the ground, if I make one, or if we ever go down there.
And obviously, you got Rory in camp as well, but you watching off of his sort of mistakes or the things that he didn't do too well in his fight against Rory as well. I suppose you've got that to your advantage in the sense of the striking ability.
Mm-hmm. And with John Fitch presented a threat with striking in that fight too. So I was just like, I'm not going to be afraid of this man striking, bro. I'm making him get desperate and shoot. Make him get desperate, shoot, and then from there, story gonna play itself out.
And you feel no threat to his sort of ground game and his ability to submit and look for the submission.
I do feel threat. Why wouldn't I? If I don't feel threat, that's how I'm gonna get caught. I do feel that I don't want to be on the ground. I don't want to lose, and I don't want to be submitted for sure. I don't want to lose, and I don't want to be submitted. So it's two things that I don't want. So I'm gonna put my all into everything. There's no stopping, no giving up, no thinking. Is make it happen, Jay. You only got one chance. Make it happen.
And I suppose, like you said, the quicker you climb to the top and become champion, that's more exposure for the likes of the people in Jamaica and what you can bring back home.
Yeah, that's right. That's the mission. Make my country proud. And everyone that's believing me and rooting for me. I don't want to let my people down.
Fair enough, Jason. I also wanted to ask you about, I know you put up a post a couple of weeks back in regards to, the Usman and Burns fight. And I can only imagine that must have been really tough to watch two of your former teammates, you know, battle against each other, and for the one thing you come into fighting for, ultimately for the championship. How was that for you? You know, I guess you were stuck in the middle. Like, how was that?
Even leading up and afterwards, it sucks. It kind of, for a week, 1 week, you know, I was kind of like, it brought my energy down a little bit.
Mm.
Just the fact to know that somebody's dream was going to be broken, and it actually did. Doesn't matter how, even if that would change that or not, somebody's dream was going to be broken. So, you know, we have to go through it, and, you know, I went through it. So what can I say? It's
And
a good experience.
have you spoken to both since, you know, the win and the loss?
Same day, same time, same area, same place I see them. Nothing ain't changed. I'm still same person towards them.
Yeah. How do you feel about the Burns the Masvidal fight being announced last night?
Well, that's good. Kamara is definitely doing his thing right now, which is something, you know, he's gonna become one of the best welterweight on the planet. Basically, he already passed GSP and everybody, so he's pushing forward a little more, which he know he can. So I'm happy for him.
Definitely. I mean, people argue now that he's possibly, you know, one of the greatest welterweights of all time. And you know, he's gonna surpass, or if he beats Masvidal, he's gonna surpass GSP in terms of the wins, and he's on his way up to Anderson Silva's record if he continues to win. You know, to train with someone like that, it must really motivate you and push you for what you want to achieve as well.
Absolutely, definitely, he's a role model for sure.
And even in hindsight, I guess with Burns as well, you know, even though he lost that fight to Kamaru, he's still someone that's very humble and very respectful. And you can see as a fighter, he's someone that, okay, I may have had a loss, but the road doesn't stop here. I guess, again, that's even more motivation for you, you know, coming off of a loss and bouncing back. And then obviously, you know, being in the position you are now to go and then fight towards the championship.
Yeah, very inspirational. Gilbert Burns as a person. Forget about being a fighter, just as a father and as a human being. That's the type of people I want to have in my life after fighting and during fighting.
Yeah, definitely. So do you think, like, you know, obviously with you got Bellator's just announced this huge, you know, partnership. I know you was previously with LFA and you had some time with the UFC on the Ultimate Fighter. You know, in your career, once you capitalize the Bellator, if you capitalize the Bellator championship, where do you see yourself in, you know, with the rest of your career?
If all that happened, the pen is already writing itself already. So just like you said, if everything goes that way, then the pen is already writing itself. So what's the next move?
Yeah.
If it's Bellator, you know, making me satisfied and happy at home, then that's where it's gonna be at. If it's UFC coming along the way, then and that's what meant to be, then yes. If it's PFL coming, that's what meant to be, then that's what meant to be. If one NC comes around, then yep, that's what it meant to be. Let's go. Still got about another decade, so why hold back?
Is it last question here, if you would, Abdul? Thank you.
Sorry?
We have to let Jason run soon, so a couple more.
Okay, yeah, no problem. It's just it's an interesting time, isn't it, Jason? Because you know you got the likes of Roy McDonald going to PFL, then you got Michael Chandler going off to UFC. Before we only used to see like UFC, Bellator were the two kind of main contenders, and even with one championship, you've got UFC and Bellator fighters going off to those organizations. So it's. I guess, although you don't want to look too far ahead, but it's also something to consider for the future, isn't it?
Yeah, I enjoy fighting. and I enjoy meeting and creating good network and you know what I'm saying, people along the way. Don't want to hold back. I want to spread my love.
Great stuff, my man. I've got a final question for you before I let you go, and it's not MMA related. Some big news over the weekend with the boxing. So Joshua Fury, who's your money on?
Joshua.
Joshua? Why did you pick Joshua?
Yeah. Because Tyson is a gypsy, a cheater. Can't stand cheaters.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, the fight. Oh, you didn't see the fight against him and Wilder? Or no,
Yeah, of course, of course. Are you referring to the 10 count?
No, the gloves. The gloves were there denting it. Like to cushion out the gloves.
Okay. Yeah, this was
Yeah, man.
around that.
Yeah, and Anthony Joshua, he's a beast.
He's a beast.
Even in the Klitschko fight, how he came back and took that one.
Definitely.
And you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he's from the UK. He got a little Jamaican running in him. You know, he's from Nigeria. You know what I'm saying? Link up with the Yardis.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Who you got?
Me, I'm just there to watch greatness. I mean, it's two British boxers. I think, you know, I lean more towards Anthony Joshua, but I also can see Tyson Fury potentially taking it. But it's anyone's game, isn't it?
Unless he come with an unpadded glove, that you know he's gonna get it for sure.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be a clean fight and there won't be no dirty games in the mix. Well, listen, Jason, thank you for taking some time out and speaking to us today. I wish you all the best on your fight against Neiman. Hopefully you both put on a spectacular show and both come out healthy and great. Thank you from MMA UK as well, and we look forward to seeing you in action.
All right, thank you so much, and I really appreciate it. And big ups to all my UK fans.
Thank you.
Enough love.
Take care. Goodbye now.
All right, respect.